One of your most precious jobs as pianist, as musician, and as music teacher, music sharer, is to inspire imagination. You'll have a lot of students who won't have a vocabulary for what they hear. What does that sound like? What does that make me feel like? What does that make me dream of? And so one of the things that you get to do is to give them that vocabulary, both an oral vocabulary that they can associate beautiful music with that, and a literal, like, words vocabulary that they can say, that sounds pretty, or that sounds dreamy, or that sounds classical, or that sounds like I'm at a bull riding competition and the people are coming out, or that sounds like I lived back then in an olden time. I had a 4th grader, and she was playing a fandango, which is often used in method books because it's got a pretty great combination of chords. It's got 4 chords in a row that often repeat themselves, and she couldn't play it. She was just like playing it totally dead. And so I was like, imagine that you are at this beautiful Spanish ball and you're wearing this really, really beautiful dress and it's red, and you're getting asked to dance by this really handsome man, but he has a mask on. I'm thinking like Zorro in my head. And she looks at me and she has no idea. She has literally no idea. Either she hasn't watched enough movies or hasn't like listened to enough stories or like read enough books or something. But she was like gone. She was blown away by this. She was staring at me as if I were like crazy. But later I realized, as I kept working with this student, I realized that my descriptions of things, no matter how woefully inadequate, or even my playing of things, even if it were woefully inadequate, gave her something new that she hadn't thought of before. And it wasn't my job. It's not like when you say I'm a piano teacher, it's not necessarily your job to give things, to teach stories, but it is your job. It doesn't sound like it, but it is your job. Your job is to show them the world through music. And that's one of the most awesome things that you can give a student.